Hi, I'm Antonio Centeno, the founder of Real Men Real Style, and today I'm going to be talking about the difference a jacket makes. Okay, what guy out there wouldn't like to be a couple inches taller, or perhaps more muscular, or perhaps lose 20 pounds in the midsection? I mean, all of this sounds great, right? It'd be great to have a little bit broader shoulders and a body which even Adonis would be jealous of. Well, for most of us, that means a lot of work in the gym. And for some of us, when it comes to height, we're just not going to crack 5'8", 5'9". Well, because nature just didn't intend it to be that way. However, there is a secret weapon out there, and it's not a pill. It's not something you're going to see at 2 o'clock in the morning on some late night show. No, it's actually something you may have already in your wardrobe. It's a suit jacket, or a sport jacket, or a blazer jacket, or any type of jacket that fits you well and cuts a more masculine silhouette, can do all of the things I just mentioned. So I'm going to go over how a jacket can, if cut correctly and if it fits you well and is the right color and pattern, can make you look taller, can make you look more fit, can make it look like you've lost weight, can make you look broader in the shoulders. All of these things, which at the end of the day make you look more masculine, more healthy. And why does this matter? Well, people want to do business. People want to be around healthy people. I mean, that's why you don't have, huge, people just aren't excited to be going to hospitals or to funerals or things like that. That stuff we have to go to, but it's not the same feeling. People want to be around healthy individuals because it signifies life. And you want to be a man who looks like he's going to be around a while, who looks like he is someone I want to do business with because he just makes me feel good. Women want to be around him because they feel comfortable around him. He gives off a very strong masculine feel. So, okay, how does a jacket make you look taller? One, it builds up the shoulders. And when you build up the shoulders, you give an increased perception of height. In addition, on the right type of body, a jacket with, that cuts a little bit thinner silhouette around the torso can make you look thinner than you are. And anytime anyone looks thinner, they're just going to look taller. If you wear dark trousers, or you wear with a dark jacket, or any type of a monochromatic look, which a jacket enables you to do, all of a sudden you've got something that allows the eyes, kind of a road that the eyes can go up and down on, and this monochromatic look can give an increased perception of height. You can also double up if you're a little bit on the shorter side, or if you're just medium height and you want to look taller, then you can actually go for a suit that has stripe, some type of pinstripe, chalk stripe, something that allows the eyes again to go up and down. And this is all it's a very small amount, but it is a noticeable difference, and something that if you put two men next to each other, the one who is dressed with a suit or with an odd jacket and a pair of trousers that fit him well and are monochromatic and have the right makeup with color and with pattern, there's going to be a night and day difference. And it's not till you're going to be up to that person that you're like, wow, he's a little bit shorter than I thought. But that's all you're going to think about it, because he's already, in a sense, you've got a favorable impression. And people, it's very hard for them to get away from, once they form a favorable impression of you, people want to reinforce that. So that's what you want. Okay, now moving away from height, let's talk about how does a jacket make you look more muscular. Well, the big thing is it builds out the shoulders. So this jacket right here probably builds out my shoulders each side, I don't know, three-quarters of an inch. So my entire shoulders go from being, 18 inches to about 19 and a half inches. And that's a pretty sizable difference. It may not sound like a lot, but for on the right man, it's a pretty big difference, and it's a very pronounced difference. Because the jacket is darker, you can see the outline a bit better. It's got a bit of an edge to it. All of this makes for a broader looking shoulder, and a broader looking shoulder makes a man look more muscular, because men naturally, they're going to have larger upper bodies. When you're going through puberty, you get exposed to a healthy amount of testosterone, which forces, and throughout our lives, allows us to build more muscle. And that's why we've got these bigger upper bodies. It's just a natural cue that people associate that with health. In addition, whenever you move, and human beings, we from a distance can tell that usually the sex and the health of another individual by the way they move. And whenever you move, it's going to exaggerate your shoulder sway just a bit. And this, again, signifies that you've got a more masculine build. And again, this is something that women are, of course, attracted to it by nature, but also other men. And I'm not talking necessarily in the sexual way. I'm just saying that if I want a partner, if I'm going to be, let's say, going off and hunting, or if I am going to be going off and do a big project for my company, I want a guy that's healthy as my partner who can watch my back and be there. So that's where it definitely falls into. Another part that it creates a bit of a muscular look is if you've got a good build or you've got a semi-good build. By having it fit well in the torso, you're going to get away from that box look. So usually a jacket that's unstructured, or one that falls straight down would have a square angle like this. Whenever you put on a jacket, you're going to do this inverted triangle. So let me see if I can create this. Okay, so we've got something like this. Well, anyway, look at the pictures I've got with this article. In any case, you have this inverted triangle with the big top that goes to the smaller bottom. This is a very masculine look, and something that basically the jacket imitates. When you look at the shoulder points, and right here, look at this V. It just creates this image which throughout human history has signified strength. Okay, now what about losing weight when I mentioned that? Well, again, if you've got something that fits you well in the chest, and because your shoulders have increased, all of a sudden you may not have much of a drop, but it's going to make you look like you have more of a drop. And when I say drop, I mean the difference between the circumference of your chest and your stomach and your midsection area. Even though it may be the same, if you wear a jacket that fits you well, it's going to make it look like there's a substantial drop. And if you're in somewhat good shape, it's going to look even better. Now, there are limits to that. You don't want to have some type of hourglass figure. You don't want to look like a cartoon character. Bodybuilders have this issue where we've actually got to give them a bit more room in the midsection, because otherwise they're going to just look cartoonish. But a bonus to the jacket, which I didn't really mention before, is also it will make you look more proportional. So if you're a really short man, a jacket can help you look thinner. Again, it can make you look a bit taller. So I kind of mentioned that. But if you're a really tall man, a jacket can make you look more substantial. Instead of looking tall, skinny, and lanky, you're going to actually look like you've got a bit of weight on you. And wear the right jacket made out of the right material. Actually, instead of, with a short man, we said don't go with any horizontal lines. But as a larger man, a tall, skinny man, you definitely want to go for the lines going across. Now, if you're a tall, large man, you don't want those lines. But if you're tall and skinny, you can go with check fabrics, heavier tweeds. All of this is going to make you look a bit more substantial. Your arms, no one's going to be able to see that you've got, you're 6'5" and you've got, 14-inch biceps. They're not going to see that. What they're going to see is the outline of the material. And again, it's going to make you look more substantial, make you look more masculine, and in the end, wearing a jacket is the easiest way to improve your appearance. This has been Antonio Centeno at Real Men Real Style. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want more information, please visit our website, and we've got lots more videos and great articles and other content there for you to learn more about the foundations of men's style. Take care. Bye-bye.